yes, we gave an ultimatum, but it just hasn't worked. Yes, I understand that. Ultimately, it's your call. But you know, as the sponsor, you're gonna have to face the facts. That show is fading fast. It's about time we moved on. I could probably find a replacement within, how much is gonna change in 3 weeks? Things never change. They never change. Fine, that's what you want. Damn it.
I'm sorry, JP. I know that's not the way you wanted that conversation to go.
Oh, I'm not sorry. There's more than one way to skin a cat. One way or the other, beyond the pale is gonna get the old heap-ho.
Against the sponsor's wishes?
Sponsor doesn't want to save the show.
No, but his wife does.
Look, it could be Harriet Hardy's handy household tips on the air, and he couldn't care, just as long as his products get sold, especially that new and improved Dismal Dainty soap powder.
Well, if you say so. But personally, I'd like to see them turn it around. I like a good underdog. Dewey beats Truman.
Dewey lost.
David slays Goliath.
Are you calling me Goliath?
I just admire the persistence. They're trying so hard.
Trying don't feed the bulldogs, Mildred. I need results. And in that arena, all they've done lately is fail. Now, is there anything else?
The paperwork on the new hire.
He starts today, is that right? All right, good.
Initial here and here.
Let's see how this latest development grabs your underdogs.
You know, this is going to backfire. You know that, don't you? For everyone.
Hogwash. That writing staff has been a thorn in my side for years with all their shenanigans, especially that Jim Cathcart. I can't wait till he's gone. And when he's gone, it'll be a day long remembered.
Well, I just know that they're going to hit upon a great idea any second now.
Ah!
Any second now.
Vinny guy, what's his story?
Doesn't matter. He's going to die.
Really? How?
Bus accident.
No, we already did that.
Are you sure?
Episode 67. Angie and the customer for Bronxville.
How do you do that? Okay, what then?
I don't know, but we're running out of ways to kill off secondary characters.
Suffocation.
Done.
All right, decapitation by ceiling fan.
No, did that too.
We need a good what if. Like, what if he needs a blood transfusion, but on the way to the hospital he gets chased into oncoming traffic by a rabid chipmunk?
So he's just hit by a car.
No, he gets impaled by the umbrella of a passerby.
That's original.
No, we did that too. In fact, that's one of yours, Jim.
Cheater.
Can't someone just have an ordinary heart attack?
What about a death ray? Who is that?
New guy.
Ned Cameron.
It's his first day.
He's 12.
Look, new guy, the adults are working over here, okay?
You're right. And I want to learn as much as I can from all of you. I mean, Adelaide Parsons, you were the head writer on my mom's favorite soap opera, Every Blade of Grass. Richard Reed, I sat mesmerized every week during Turnkey Terror Tales. You're one of the best mystery writers around. And Mr. Cathcart, you've won several dramatic writing awards. You're all radio veterans.
Did he just call us old?
No, I'm just eager to contribute, that's all.
Look, new guy, just sit right back down there, all right? And we'll let you know when we're ready for it, okay? Death rays? Honestly? I'd sooner ask ideas from Ziggy Sachs, that mail room delivery kid.
I understand your hesitation. It's just, it's been more than 10 years since Orson Welles broadcast War of the Worlds. I think Radioland is ready for some forward-looking ideas, that's all.
And just how do you propose we logically introduce the idea of aliens from outer space and the death ray into an eclectic neighborhood in Washington Heights, such as it is on Beyond the Pale? People won't buy just anything, Ned. any more than he already is.
No. We're not talking about the sponsor. We're talking about the script.
I'm just pointing out.
Look, I'm tired of the sponsor always dictating how we develop our storylines. It's stifling and insulting
And he pays the bills, Jim. Have you forgotten that last memo from JP? Because it was pretty clear to me, if we don't turn the show around in 30 days, and I mean a significant increase in listeners, we're history.
And that was a week ago.
It's not the station manager's challenge I mind, Abby. It's our approach to meet said challenge.
What would you have us do? JP and the sponsor are pretty clear on what they like and what they don't like.
Yeah, they don't like anything with an edge to it. They're like this creative vortex. I mean, let's face it, they've put us in this impossible situation because
Because why?
we're forced to give them what they want. You know, shit.
Your problem is.
Hey.
This isn't the discussion we should be having right now. Let's focus that energy on something constructive, huh? First and foremost, we need to know where to go with the storyline.
Well, I have no idea. I mean, we're missing something, obviously.
I'm sorry to interrupt. If I'm going to contribute, I need to get up to speed. Could you maybe give me a quick synopsis of the show and what's been going on in recent episodes? It would really be of help.
Kid doesn't even know what show he's writing for. Terrific.
It's quite simple. Beyond the Pale is a melting pot of a Washington Heights neighborhood. Italians, Irish, Jews, Negroes, the whole 9 yards. Most of the action takes place at Marley's Bar and Grill. Jerry Marley owns the bar, but he's a hop to the local mob. His sister Agnes Flynn runs the bar. She's married to a fireman who's a falling down drunk. Their son Mickey, another fireman, has eyes for Angie D'Agostino. Think Romeo and Juliet, but without the swords. Angie's mother has a weak heart. Agnes has a big mouth. They all have big problems, medical, mental, criminal, romantic. You follow?
What came after Washington Heights?
This is ridiculous. He's not even old enough to even know what we're talking about.
Sue, here he comes.
Kurt, what happened?
They just let Hank Munson go.
Alright, he's joking. Alright, tell him, funny man.
Hank Munson? He's a legend. He won a Peabody. He worked in Hollywood.
You want to learn something, kid? Here's your first lesson. No one around here is indispensable.
Does that mean I'm his replacement?
Ha! In your dreams.
Kurt, you sure?
He's down in payroll right now picking up his last check.
Did they give him a reason?
The numbers.
More numbers. I'm so sick of the numbers.
Numbers don't lie, Jim. Ratings are down for everyone's shows, not just ours.
There's no avoiding it. Our Grim Reaper has come and he is television.
Oh, do not say that word in front of me.
It's hard to deny the obvious. I read somewhere that the number of television sets has tripled over the last couple of years. And the numbers keep rising.
More numbers. I'm telling you guys, this television thing is a fad. It's all wrestling and roller derbies. I mean, they're limited in what they can do. I mean, sure, they can broadcast a live quiz show, but who's going to sit there and watch people answer trivia questions? Boring.
I don't know. You have to admit the possibilities are intriguing. You could show all sorts of things that we can't even try on radio. A sleight of hands, a misdirection. Could captivate an audience like nothing before.
Yeah, well, what you call intriguing, I call the death of imagination. I mean, there's nothing quite like sitting and listening to your favorite radio show. Lying on the floor, the smell of the carpet, a glass of milk or a cup of coffee at the ready. Picturing every last detail the writers conjure up.
Except now we'd be able to help provide those pictures.
I don't believe you. Any of you. I mean, so help me. We keep going down this road, and one day you'll tell me that people are going to stop reading books.
Look, Jim, it does seem like there's a sea change in the industry right now. Better to get on board the boat than risk drowning.
And what about our jobs here, huh? I mean, all the shows we've toiled over and helped create over the years. We just give up on all those and start over?
It might not necessarily mean starting over. I mean, there is precedent here. Some shows are already getting ready to make the switch, and I'll lay odds that Dragnet will be even more popular on that T-word. And I heard that Jack Webb insisted his writing staff go with him. Why can't that be us?
2 words. Today's children.
That soap opera that tanked a couple of years back?
So what?
So, that show was a successful radio program. Then it made its move to that little box, and it lasted 24 days before getting the axe. Less than a month. And that was created by Erna Phillips. She's an icon. I mean, one critic said that watching a blank screen was preferable than watching Today's Children. A blank screen, for crying out loud.
Jim, it's a new
The Guiding Light, has been on radio since 1937. You don't see them rushing to make the switch, and I guarantee you never will.
I don't know, Mr. Cathcart. With everything in the trades, it sure seems like the wave of the future.
Enough with the maritime metaphors, kid.
But television...
Oh, I said I don't want to hear that word in this room. Hey.
Need to get my things. What? Good writing utensils hard to find.
Look, JP's gone too far this time. We'll talk to him. Get him to take it back.
You've got bigger fish to fry, my friend.
What do you mean?
No rest for the weary. You've got a script to write. And I've got a meeting with my old friend, Johnny Walker.
Hey, come on.
Last one left, be sure to turn out the lights.
Now what happens?
Now we best get busy.
Doing what? Chilling out the same old thing, Addie.
Now is not the time to debate.
Look, if not now, then when? Where's your backbone, any of you? Think of Hank Munson. He wouldn't sit idly by while the forces of evil threaten our demise.
Forces of evil. Really?
He'd fight. Fight for this show.
What are you suggesting we do?
I'm suggesting that we write the best damn radio show anyone's ever created. One so mind-bogglingly terrific that the fans will beg for more. And those fat cats that sit upstairs deciding our fate, that'd be crazy to cancel us then.
That's just the point. They are crazy.
And if we fail?
Well, then we go out with a bang. One big, mysterious, hilarious, soap opera-y bang of entertainment.
Ambitious. I like it. I'm in.
Me too.
Ah, what the hell? Let's go for it.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Izzy, we're gonna need some coffee, and lots of it. And sharpen those nails. You're gonna have a lot of typing to do.
About time.
Free your minds, fellow writers. For today, we take back the airwaves.
Does that mean the death ray is back on the table?
Why is your meeting so long? What guy getting the crowd? Hey, hey!
We can't keep talking over one another. All we're doing is yelling. We're not getting anywhere. Poor Isabel won't know what to type.
Well, that's all right. I type what I want anyway.
Don't even joke about that.
Well, how do we honestly feel about that intro? And don't everyone speak at the same time?
Can you read it back, Isabel?
When we last left Beyond the Pale, things had turned serious at Marley's Bar and Grill. It's not good news, Angie. Oh, Mickey, what did the doctor say? Meanwhile, Mr. Flynn confides to his wife, Agnes, I don't think I can handle this. We're talking about Mickey's future here, and I can't help him. Keep in mind, I can't do the voices justice.
None of us could. That's what you hire actors for.
You did just fine. Thank you. It's not bad.
I'm okay with it.
Not bad. Okay okay with it? Good God, it's been a whole week since we made a pact to blaze a new trail and set the radio world on its ear. So? We got 2 weeks left before they hang us up to dry, and we're already reverting back to our old ways of these trite little intros and hackneyed storylines. I mean, where's the edge we talked about, the danger?
We didn't get to that yet. Look, Roberto's about to threaten Jerry. You got 24 hours to get the money or you and the bar are toast.
We're supposed to be pushing the limits. Instead, we're setting up roadblocks.
What about what we're planning for Mickey Flynn?
Oh, I hate Mickey Flynn. He's an idiot.
Don't cast aspersions on Mickey. I created that.
I wish
character.
you were dead. I wish they were all
We can
dead.
hardly kill off the entire cast, Jim. Where would that leave us?
I don't know, but at least it'd be daring, and we'd be remembered for it, that's for sure.
Sure, they'd remember us all right. For the first time in history, a writing team signs its own death warrant. They cancel us before the last commercial.
Jim, I appreciate your zeal for trying to push the limits, as you call it. But I think even you'd agree that what we're trying to do here is get people to come back for more.
A lot of people, and fast.
That's exactly my point. Tick-tock, time's ticking away, and, well, can't we even try something different?
I agree with Mr. Cathcart. We need something different. If I may, coming at it from an outsider's perspective, I'm wondering if it wouldn't benefit us to get out of the bar and grill completely. You know, transplant a couple of our characters to someplace exotic, like a forest or something.
You know what I think?
Jim, he's part of the team now. He's entitled.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. In fact, I think we did something like that a couple of years ago, kid. Why don't you run down to the script archives room and see what you can dig up? I mean, we wouldn't want to repeat ourselves now, would we?
You bet.
Now, what was that all about? You know damn well we've never done any scenes in a forest, Jim. There is no forest in Washington Heights.
What'd you dig up?
You're right, he has no experience with this kind of show.
Good Lord, nothing based in reality, anyways.
You checked up on him?
You bet your sweet ass you did.
I don't believe you.
Look at this. The golden fleece, the enchanted frog, the magic carpet. He's done nothing but fairy tales. That explains the forest idea.
Who did this kid sleep with to get this job?
How'd you get a hold of that, Bert?
Oh, from carrying down personnel. Helps being a comedy writer. People are less suspicious of you.
She's sweet on you for all the wrong reasons, Bucko. Girls like that don't give out favors without expecting something.
That's ridiculous. You listen to too many soap operas.
She's angling for a role on the show, I'll bet. Thinks he can make her a star.
You know, right now I'm more worried about the eggs up.
He's alive. Next you'll have him be a mass murderer.
Kid hasn't produced a single idea since he's been here.
Yeah, because you won't let him.
Mark my words, Addie, I smell a rat.
Call this conspiracy talk isn't solving anything. How about concentrating some of that paranoia in our work?
Oh, yes, by all means, let's get back to Land of Afflictions. Will Mrs. D'Agostino have a heart attack? Will Mickey Flynn fall in an open manhole on his way home from work? Tune in tomorrow when...
Why do you have to do that? I mean, I'm all for criticism. It's part of our business, but yours is never constructive, Jim. It's just sarcastic. It's almost as
As if what?
As if you find writing for a soap opera is beneath you.
What I find beneath me is churning out slop like this.
And there you go again.
Hello?
Ha! I'll prove it to you.
Prove what? Just what are you after, Jim?
Fresh ears. Ziggy, my boy, you're just what the doctor ordered. Let's read tomorrow's script and hear what Ziggy thinks.
You said you didn't care what he thought.
Just a couple of pages. What have you got to lose?
All right, you're on.
Alright, Ziggy, all you have to do is close your eyes and listen, just like you would to the radio at home.
Sure thing.
Alright.
No funny stuff. You guys got any food? Just don't listen to the program at Grandmother's Kitchen. Maybe a Coke or some potato chips. Maybe after.
Mr. Flynn stands at the far end of the bar, drinking his favorite whiskey, while Roberto gives Jerry an ultimatum. I'm warning you for the last time, Jerry. It's the money or the end of you, and it will be a bad end. You know how she gets when someone owes her money. Lose to her in poker, and you best pay up, but quick. Roberto storms out, bumping into Mrs. D'Agostino as she enters.
What's he's a problem? What kind of people you let in here?
Mind your own business. I've got big problems.
Big problems. Ha! You don't know what a big a problem is. I
Agnes enters and looks around the bar, everyone gathering.
What is going on? What is going on in here?
I just overheard a Mickey calling off of the wedding.
No, he'd never do that.
Just then, Angie bursts in crying.
Wow, the wedding is off.
I'll drink to that. You'll drink to anything. Just what is wrong with that boy of yours anyway? Leave Mickey alone. The condition is slowly weakening. His eye muscles might be spreading to his other vital organs.
Oh God, I wish you'd all get the hell out of here.
You can't say hell, Jim, the censors.
Right. I got my own problems.
Jenny, you haven't been gambling again, have you? Jenny, we can't afford to lose this bar.
Who cares about the bar? It's me shall take in payment.
How much do you owe?
It's better you don't know.
Ooh.
Oh, I can't breathe. It's in my heart. It's gonna break up for sure with all of this misery. And cue organ music.
Okay, kid, what do you think?
What do I think? Shazam. I think this is a bunch of baloney. Not for nothing, but I think you guys are running the wrong alley. These are the real stories.
The Green Hornet.
Oh, sure. Comic books got it all going. The Green Hornet, the Lone Ranger, ooh, the Shadow. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Now take your story. You got no superhero. You got no hot chick to save. And what's worse, you don't have an arch enemy. Anyways, that's what I think.
Who asked you?
You can't go by him, Patty. He's not a housewife. Probably listens to Jack Armstrong, the all-American boy. Besides, all those comic books started on radio.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Jim, stop glooming. You've made your point. The script stinks. I get it. Better figure out a way to fix it.
Gee whiz, Miss Parsons, I didn't mean nothing by it. I guess I just don't understand soap operas much. Anyways, I gotta finish my rounds. Here's today's inner office minute.
5 o'clock now. That means script changes from you know who.
I thought we'd at least get this last one by untouched. It was so tame. What are you doing?
Making the script changes. Don't look so hurt. You know you're going to go along with whatever they want. You always do.
See, that's the mentality that we need to change around here.
How? They call the shots. They've got us by our number 2 pencils.
We push back, that's how. When they ask for script changes, we say no. We tell them we stand by our scripts. You know, provided we write something worth standing by.
You may be right, Jim. But it won't matter if we don't even know where we're going with the story. I mean, my main question right now is, who's she? We've been setting up this gambling angle with Jerry for the last couple of weeks. You know he's in for a boatload of dough, and Roberta's coming to collect. But every time the subject of who he owes money to comes up, there's mention of some nebulous she.
She's the head of the local crime ring, the top dog, the big cheese.
Yeah, I get that. But so far, no description, no name, nothing. I mean, who is this woman?
She's Lydia, Lydia. Have you seen Lydia? She's Lydia, the statue lady. Ow.
We've never actually gotten far enough to plan that part out, Reggie.
Don't you think we should? Ziggy said we need a great arch. Maybe it's time we unmask her. I mean, who is this woman? What if is she really some big-time crime lord, or is it all just a ruse? What if she's some ghost story or thing? A myth invented to scare all the other gamblers in town when they're getting ready to place their bets. Some raven-haired phantom who take your eldest child as substitute for pain.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
Uh-oh.
What'd I say now?
There's an extra envelope in here, addressed to you, Jim.
What? How do those yahoos want now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
To the staff writers of Beyond the Pale. As is his contractual prerogative, our sponsor has delivered forthwith additional material to be incorporated into the next script. He instructs the writers to give it the respect it deserves. Signed, Joseph Patrick Cooney, Station Manager.
I got it. Huh? It's a poem. There's a man at the bar and a woman too. They're having a drink or maybe a few. There comes a chicken in, and there she sat. She might have been a foolish whim, but she wears a little green hat. Oh, the table by the door, now she wasn't very far, and much alone she sat. Oh, the girl in the little green hat. As I passed her by, she never uttered a cry, but she grabbed my hand. I didn't understand. But there alone she sat, the girl in the little green hat.
Dedicated to the conquest of Stanley?
All I can muster is, what the hell?
We're doomed. They can't actually expect us to use that, can they? It's gibberish. I should know. I speak a fluent gibberish. This is bullshit.
Now, Jim, don't get all riled up.
All riled up? I'm not riled up. I'm stark raving mad. That's what I am.
It won't do us any good. We need to approach this from a practical standpoint. Let's start with this. Who's the girl in the little
No.
green hat?
There's no way you're going to justify us using this thing, Addie.
Why not?
They're setting us up for failure, don't you see? Look, no matter what we come up with, our listeners will think we've lost our minds.
I don't see that we have much of a choice.
It is on official letterhead, after all.
Like I said, bullshit.
I feel like Jerry Flynn.
How's that?
I could use a belt, not for pants.
How is reading going to help Bert?
It couldn't hurt. Anyone else coming?
You can't both leave. Bert, we have work to do. Reggie?
I'm sure there's some way to fix this whole mess, but not right now. It's too much. I can't wrap my brain around it. Need to clear my head, mull things over a little bit. Maybe we all. Look, Addie will still be waiting for us in the morning. Let's call him a night.
Isabel, you can't leave. We need someone at the typewriter.
It can't be helped, Daddy. There's liquor involved. Besides, his date's been a doozy.
Oh, what's the use? You coming, Jim?
I wouldn't be much good company anyway.
Okay, well, I know from a philosophical point of view, you don't like it when they interfere. But from a monetary one, we need them. Creative boards and all.
Good night, Adelaide. Have one for me, too. There's just no way to make this work. Glass. Mildred! Mildred!
Why must you yell?
So you can hear me, of course.
You see that button on your phone there? You press it down, and you're talking to the speaker. And the dulcet sound of your voice comes through my phone, like magic.
Cut this off, there's a Mildred. Type these up for me, will you?
Oh, you should have been a doctor. I can't understand any of this. Why can't you use the dictation machine like all the other executives?
Because it's broken.
The on-off switch is right there.
Just do it.
It's not another poem, is it? That one you gave me yesterday was a piece of garbage.
It was, wasn't it? No, this is just a scheduling change. I want you to distribute copies to the writers and the actors for both shows.
They're not gonna like you for this.
I'm not here to be liked.
I'd say you're succeeding then. Sir.
So, how is that new writer working out?
Ned? Izzy says he and Jim are like oil and vinegar.
Chemistry never was Jim Cathcart's best subject.
Oh, that's very clever, sir. You know you missed your calling. You should have been a writer. Oh, wait a minute. You tried that and it didn't work.
You better watch your mouth, Mildred. One of these days is going to get you into a lot of trouble.
It already has.
I
The
can,
day I accepted your job invitation.
really? I can easily rectify that.
Oh, come on, sir. You don't fire anyone. That's too easy. You just drive them crazy until they leave on their own. Isn't that what you're hoping for with Jim Cathcart and his
Employment is based on performance, nothing else. Anybody can be replaced, anybody.
Even you.
Of course not. Let's not forget, I'm in charge here.
If you say so.
Don't walk out. You never let me have the last word. Nobody could do what I do.
Don't forget, I know where all the dead bodies are buried.
Mr. Cathcart? Mr. Cathcart! Mr. Cathcart! Mr. Cathcart, I swear I looked everywhere for that Forrest script, but I couldn't find it. I even asked people who worked here a long time, and they don't remember Forrest either. They looked to me kind of strange, too. You know what this means, kid? This means we can use your idea. And while you're at it, throw in that death rate, too. Gee, thanks.
Hey, stop for your rides. You're a sneaky tomato kid, aren't you? What are you still doing here anyway?
Mr. Cathcart, I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find the forest. I mean,
What?
the
What?
script about the forest. I don't think you did one.
Oh, right. Well, no, thanks for checking anyway. Frankly, I thought you'd given up and gone home.
Gone home? No chance. I stayed here all night, same as you.
All night, what time is it?
8 a.m.
Holy cow, I must have dozed off after I... Wait, did I hear you right? You stayed here all night looking for that script?
I'm nothing if not persistent.
You could say that again.
I don't mean to be a Budinsky, but where is everyone?
It's Wednesday. That means breakfast at the Wonder Diner. They'll be here in a minute. Hopefully with an idea or two.
Well, I have plenty of ideas, Mr. Cathcart. You just let me know when you're ready for them.
I'll send up a flare. Sorry, kid. It's occupational hazard. Everybody's always suspicious of the new guy. He's likely the one that's gonna take your job one day.
Heck, I don't mind. I can't believe I love it. This is my dream job. For you too, I'll bet, huh? What a writing staff. You're like the murderer's row of radio. All stars, each in your own right. How did the station ever manage to get such a brilliant and diverse group of writers to work together on a soap opera?
Look, don't romanticize it too much, okay, kid? A couple years ago, it was common to pitch it on several different levels. The reality is, this dream team, it's just business.
Was it Mr. Cooney's brainstorm?
Ha! No. Knowledge is where, knowledge goes to JP's brain to die. So, no, this is merely a byproduct of the industry, that's all.
I don't understand.
Well, haven't you checked out the radio landscape lately? It's more music, more news, the Major Bowes Amateur Hour. There are fewer and fewer scripted shows on radio. Good God, what aren't you getting? Fewer shows means the need for fewer writers. Ergo, some of us move on to greener pastures, while others are kicked out of the car by the roadside. At a very high rate of speed, I might add.
Like Hank Munson.
Exactly. We're not here because the station manager wanted us all together, per se. We're just the last one standing.
So, it's a blessing.
Or a curse. You know, I find your optimism to be truly
Refreshing?
annoying. Anyway, as much as I hate to admit this, television does seem to be taking over.
Wow!
Repeat that to anyone and I'll deny it, right? I'll bust you down to Mayor Assistant Ziggy Sacks will be your boss.
It's our secret.
I'm just saying, what do we know about this chicken, huh? There are no farmhouse in Washington Heights. So how did it get there? Well, what's doing it in the first place?
Bert,
I mean, I know you lead a horse to water, but apparently chickens are on their own.
Hey, who's been fooling with my typewriter? The margins are all out of whack.
And answer me this, what is a chicken doing wearing a little green hat? I wouldn't sit next to that thing, I can tell you that.
Thought the woman was wearing a green hat.
Oh, right.
The tabs have been changed. The formatting is all wrong. I can't work like this.
Well,
the chicken there? And if so, from where? Did she purchase it on the black market or something? All right, which came first, the chicken or the woman?
Bert, you're an idiot.
If we're being forced to use that poor excuse for poetry, Adelaide, we need to be asking these questions.
Well, Bert, I've been thinking about our current situation all night too. And what if the poem is all in code and only the FBI can crack it?
Oh, sure, jump right to espionage. Big surprise there.
Code, like how, Reggie?
Like how? I ask valid questions and I'm an idiot? But once the feds are involved, somehow we're on solid ground.
You're always shooting for a joke, Bert. Reggie, he's looking for the what if.
Please. What are these what ifs everyone keeps mentioning?
Every good story starts with a hypothesis of some kind, a what if to get the ball rolling. Like, what if a tornado blows a Kansas farm girl into a colorful dimension of witches and midgets?
Or what if a mad scientist plays God and created life out of exhumed corpses?
We can use a mad scientist right about now.
The point, then, is to dream up a great what if and follow it through.
I see.
But none of that matters right now.
I suppose you're right. We're saddled with that stupid chicken poem. And the only thing relevant in that is that it's in a bar. And that's obviously Marley's. Otherwise,
What poem?
No, I mean, it doesn't matter because...
Did you write this?
Yes, I did.
Hey, fella, did you pull an all-nighter?
He did. Look at him. Rumpled look about him. It's a dead giveaway.
Oh boy.
I know that, Tony. What did you do?
All right, look, before you get your knickers in a twist, let me
It's
explain.
you, Jim Cathcart. You messed up my typewriter. I should have known.
So sue me. Look,
I won't forget this.
Jim, have you lost your mind? You didn't show this to anyone yet, did you?
no.
I read it. I don't know what it all means, but I liked it.
You made the head of the mob a woman named Green Hat.
Given our current situation, it was the only viable solution I could think of.
I love it.
Really?
Sure. It's clever, it's unexpected, it's devious, and it's just crazy enough to work.
It's going to get us all fired.
Not me. I've got nothing to do with this. Besides, I'm union.
Think about it, Adelaide. It complies with the edict of the letter, incorporating the poem into our script while at the same time taking our story in a completely different direction. I mean, who could anticipate this woman being the head of the local crime ring?
And it also serves as a perfect dig at our sponsor, doesn't it?
Not a feeling coincidence.
Jim, I realize, I know you don't like them interfering, but you're turning this into a personal vendetta. You do realize that, don't you?
Dollars to Donuts is not even his poem.
Oh, it isn't. I heard it from Louise, who heard it from Kimberly, who heard it from Zeldin Accounting, that the sponsor's wife nagged him to include it.
Look, I don't care if God told him to write it, okay? We're the writers in the show and we call the shots.
It has possibilities. Outside of the chicken thing, of course. I mean, who is this woman? What kind of power does she actually wield in the community? And how does a woman attain such a position of power? Talk about a unique arch enemy. We've got one now.
Thank you.
But why a green hat? Oh, is she Irish?
Wait, are you two saying you're on board with this?
It's time someone drew a line in the sand, Daddy. Green Hat is our mob kingpin.
If we go down this path, there's no turning back. We'll be throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Wait, what baby? Is Angie pregnant?
Look, Adelaide, we're on borrowed time as it is. We got less than 2 weeks left to try and save this show. And great radio itself. I believe in both. How about you?
Oh, here we go. The great radio missionary is at it again. Why must it always be all or nothing with you?
Look, it's one thing to have to mention a product like Ever-Ready batteries into our scripts, okay? I mean, we're used to that, okay? But have you read that thing? We have no choice.
Yeah, it is 3 kinds of bad shit.
I don't think it's that bad.
Adelaide?
Okay, fine. But I reserve the right to tell you I told you so afterwards.
Not to put a monkey in the wrench, but how are we going to get this past JP and the sponsors? They'll never give it scripted verbal.
Well, we need a decoy script.
What's a decoy script?
When writers are in a bind, they need to sneak a reference or 3 past the station manager or sponsor. They write a decoy script. One that's safe enough to pass muster and not raise any red flags.
Then we slip the real script to the actors just before airtime and run with it.
But don't you get in trouble?
Sometimes.
And sometimes it's worth it too, especially when that real script hits the mark with the audience.
It sounds dishonest to me.
Tough darts.
Look, Ned, you want to learn about the industry, right? Well, maneuvering around station managers and sponsors and censors to realize your vision, that's all part of it.
Key to
I
making
never
it,
thought of it that way.
key to making it work is to have a decoy script that actually works. And we've got the best decoy writer in the biz, kid. Come on, Addie, it has to be you. You know the soap opera world better than anyone. You can give them what they want.
That's right. It really only needs to be about 3 pages, not much more. Right at the end of the episode, just enough to cover up the disclosure about the green hat lady.
Has it really come to this? Where is our pride?
Our pride? Look at us, Addie. For all our collective creativity and experience, and we're stuck trying to incorporate into our script some amateur's writings about a possibly disruptive chicken. And all in the whim of some obsequious pseudo-intellectual huckster. That's the sponsor. Come on, Natalie, when it comes to soap operas, you're the expert.
Okay, stop blowing smoke up my skirt. I'll do it. Shouldn't be too hard. But, boy, you'll owe me after this.
Mr. Cathcart,
What is it, kid?
it's just, I don't think you're giving the column a fair shake. It's better than you think. I mean, this chicken could be a magic chicken.
Magic chicken?
Oh, sure. We just need to make a few adjustments, really. Like first, we move the scene out of the bar and into a soda fountain. The girl in the green hat, she's all alone and has no friends. She's lost her beloved. Suddenly, a magic chicken comes in to aid her. The person writing the poem is the one who has caused the situation and leaves, laughing cruelly. The girl in the green hat starts to cry, and her tears fall on the chicken, who immediately turns into a handsome soda chicken.
He's a jerk, all right.
Are you laughing at me or my ideas? You know, I'm just trying to get the hang of what you do here.
No one's laughing at you, kid, all right?
Just near you.
You'll get there, Ned. Pretty soon you'll hit on a good one.
Well, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we need to know where we're going with the script, and I have no more ideas.
Well, the way I see it, now we drop this bomb about green hat on everyone, we need to ratchet up the tension even more.
Oh, like that movie we went to see the other night. Now that was tense.
What was it?
12 o'clock high, Gregory Peck.
Horrible, horrible.
The Air Force is trying to bomb the tar out of Germany, but the mission's getting longer and riskier, so you're never really sure who's going to make it back in one piece, if at all.
It was awful.
It was great.
Point well taken, Bert. We need something, something that'll make the audience say to their friends, oh my God, you got to listen to this. Something big.
Okay, this is big. How about this? Mickey's eye condition deteriorates, right? And he needs a corneal transplant. So what if they find out that he's related to Errol Flynn?
The actor?
That's right. And it turns out he's the only one who's a match for Mickey. What do you think?
Corneal transplant? Has that even been done yet?
They're experimenting.
How would you know?
I read.
Medical journals?
Sure.
So Earl Flynn just gives Mickey one of his eyes?
Bert, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard, outside of a death row.
This is the guy who once dumped a character into a vat of boiling chocolate. And he survived. Look, nobody's going to care how outrageous it is. As long as we make it work. And I'm telling you, star power works. Errol Flynn's a star. Robin Hood, Captain Blood, Don Juan,
And he hasn't done anything in years.
which means he'll be available. I'm telling you, if we can get Errol Flynn to appear on Beyond the Pale, that'll really set people's tongues to wagging about our show, huh?
I just don't think a gimmick's gonna cut it, Bert. We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. With our writing, grab a notepad, roll up your sleeves, you too, Ned. Get busy.
Work. Terrific. We're never getting home today. You realize you're killing me over here? So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Pencils at 20 paces.
Bert, I thought it would do any good.
It's not tending to you, you scurvy day. Oh, wow.
That's it!
What?
What, I mean, what's it?
We need a murder.
Ooh, Mickey Flynn.
No, no. To get the desired effect, it has to be someone the audience wouldn't expect.
grave already. Him dying won't surprise anyone.
Well, who then?
What if we do an Angie?
Angie? Angie.
Angie. Look, it has to be a main character to truly surprise anyone. And Jerry and the others, well, people stopped caring about them a while ago. But Angie, listeners like her. She's a sympathetic character.
But what about her and Mickey? They're so close to getting hitched.
Yeah.
We'll find another girlfriend for Mickey, provided his organ hold out.
There's a win, Stephen.
It's gotta be Angie. Hers is the only death that makes sense.
That's your answer for everything. Kill off someone. You're terrible.
I don't know, it works for me.
Me too. Hey, can we make it gruesome? Where's that list of my deaths we were working on? Wasn't there something like gondola accident?
Oh, sure, a gondola in Washington Heights. You don't expect that from those two. They're twisted. But you, for a comedy writer, you've got an awful lot of bloodlust. It's not a very attractive quality.
I appreciate your thirst for creative Deathsburg, but to fit this particular storyline, I think a mob hit is in order.
Now you're cooking with gas, Reggie. All right, this is gold. You writing any of this down?
Don't worry, I'll remember it all.
I wonder how this will fly with the station manager.
Angie. Poor Angie. You better make damn sure they catch the bastard that does it.
I'd say that's just the reaction we're looking for.
What do you mean?
I mean, look at her. She's upset, but at the same time, she wants to know what happens next. That's exactly what we're after.
And I'm not finished.
There's more.
How far are you willing to go, Jim?
Why? What have you got?
We kill Angie on air.
Whoa, top of the world, Ma.
Oh, man.
That flies right in the face of the Velvet Violence principle.
What's that?
It's sort of like this unwritten rule of the industry. Any violence in a radio script, especially murders, can only be implied, never part of a live broadcast.
You wanted to up the ante, Jim?
She'll never let us go down that path. Not without a fight.
Who?
Hattie. Don't forget, she created this show. Been a mother to most of its characters.
I see. So after all your big talk, you're gonna hedge your bets? When we finally hit on an idea that could truly change things, how can you say no to that?
I didn't say no, all right? I know, you're right, it's perfect. It's just, we need to figure out a way to tell Hattie, that's all.
Tell me what.
They're going to kill off one of your kids.
That's fine.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't like this.
Which part? The all too easy agreement and the crazy look in her eyes?
Both.
Hattie, why don't you sit
I
down?
don't want to sit down.
Okay.
I want total infallibility. I want to assemble an inquisition. I want justice.
Let me guess. They didn't like the decoy script?
Like, they didn't even read it. They just flipped through it to make sure we used that poem and declared it acceptable for air.
Can't say I'm surprised.
I don't understand. I thought you wanted their stamp of approval. Why are you so angry?
Because that script is absolute garbage, and all they cared about was that stupid poem. I felt like I was back in school handing in a 20-page term paper that I labored over, and all the teacher checked was my bibliography. Who the hell do they think they are? It's almost like they're taunting us, baiting us.
Hattie, what's next?
What's next? What's next is we show them that the pen is mightier than the sword. We will skewer them their understanding of entertainment with the power of our ideas. We will leave the imprint of our brand on their sorry skins and declare ourselves the arbiters of what is worthy of our audience.
So to sum up, it is okay to kill off Angie?
They want our audience to sit up and take notice? They ain't seen nothing yet.
a great job. They all are.
We're lucky to have such good actors. Who else would do it? Us?
You should have let me calm down before I agreed to do this. Approach it from a place of reason, not one of passion. What's the difference?
Reason is nothing but a wonderful and unintelligible instinct in our souls. David Hume.
Out of reason comes insanity. Jim Cathcart.
Close, you can tell me that.
As we return to our story, Marlins is closer to the night. Angie cleans up behind the bar while Jerry stands at the register counting receipts. It's a little after midnight, the perfect time for violence. Suddenly, a shadowy figure appears in the doorway.
Thanks up, Jerry. Give me a bite.
I don't have it, Roberto. Not all of it. Come on, take what I've got here. We had a good night.
Not that good.
What's with the gun? Is this what Green Hat really wants? This is an odd move even for her. After all, you can't get money from a dead man.
Green Hat can. She'll do a lot better running this joint than you have.
She wants the bar. Over my dead body. I'll see this place burn before I let that happen.
Hey, watch that cigarette. Are you crazy?
Jerry tosses his lucky strike into the spilled liquor, igniting the bar into flames.
What are you going to do now?
What I came here to do.
Angie! No!
Did Roberto's bullet find its intended mark? Will someone save Marley's Bar and Grill from burning to the ground? Find out Angie's fate and more next time on Beyond the Pale.
Woo! Good job, that's right. Now that was killer. Oh. Hey, Hickey! Great job out there tonight. Really believe you're the mom. Busted in there at the end.
My pleasure, it was fun. Best work you've done in a long time.
I can't take credit for that. It mostly came from Reggie's fertile brain.
Nothing like a little six-chamber justice to stir things up. But you came up with the fire.
Hey,
Oh, and Adam, you are the queen of dialogue.
It was good, wasn't it?
hey.
Just imagine how vivid that would all look on television. Sorry, Jim.
Still worried about old man Cooney pulling the plug on you lot?
Why? What you heard?
No, not a thing. But if you keep this up, you're gonna make that decision even harder on him.
Hey!
Izzy, what's wrong?
You can't seriously burn down the bar and grill. That's where the show takes place every episode for years. You can't. You just can't.
Too late. You already did.
I guess I'm gonna have to work on my preacher's voice for Angie's funeral.
Is she really dead?
Izzy, you typed all the scripts. Every word. Just like always. You know she's dead.
That is a door now.
Take it back, Jim Cathcart. Take it back this second.
I will not. What's done is done. Our storylines are getting repetitive and dull. Deathbed confessions, burns, adultery. Ha! This will be remembered for.
If the audience took to it.
I'm betting everything I own that they will.
I'll take that bet. Where's Hopper?
Hooper, he's out.
Just as well. You probably just laughed this off.
Laugh what off? Another great episode?
Oh, proud of yourself?
As a matter of fact, we are, no thanks to you and the sponsor.
You know, I didn't see a copy of today's on-air script on my desk again.
So sorry. Maybe if we had your support, we wouldn't have to resort to such sneaky maneuvers and stall tactics. We live under the constant fear of your strict veto power.
I haven't vetoed anything in a while. I haven't had to. I knew if I gave you enough rope, you'd all hang yourselves.
What are you talking about?
You finally did what I could never get you to do. You crossed the line. You killed off Angie. You know what kind of a furor this is going to cause? You just can't kill off a main character on the lark. But you couldn't leave it at that. You had to do it on the air. That's dumber yet.
I thought it was terrific.
Who asked you, Hickey? You know, it's a good thing we're on radio, because with a face like that, you'd never make it in television.
Look, did you come down here just to insult us, JD, or do you have something substantial to say?
You don't get it. You went went too far. An on-air killing? We're talking fines, maybe. Not to mention the mass exodus of listeners this is gonna cause. You have to remember, when you pick a hornet's nest, you're bound to get stung.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning, you've given me enough ammunition for the latest twist to the story.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Starting next week, Beyond the Pale moves out of its current time spot and into the 4 o'clock time slot.
You can't be serious.
He's bluffing.
I've been looking to replace your show for a long time with a children's show. Now that all the kids are home from school, and I found just the right one. Froggy Went A-Courting. It's a great upcoming show. It's a win-win situation for me.
4 o'clock. That's radio wasteland. Moms are preparing dinner, watching their kids, and not paying attention to the soap opera. You've sunk us with 1 week to stem the tide.
This is intolerable. How did you justify this with the sponsor?
Look, I manage the station. I set the schedules, not the sponsor. I wish it hadn't come to this, but you left me no choice.
Liar. If you wish this didn't happen, then why don't you seem too broken up about it, huh? Why the Cheshire Cat smile?
Because he wanted this to happen all along.
Mr. Cooney?
Is that true?
You can't do this. I won't let you.
Defiant to the end, huh, Jim? It's funny, isn't it? You got your start on radio, and I gave it to you. You, the brash young scribe, looking to reinvent radio, and me, the brand new station manager?
How's that funny?
Your career started here, and it's going to end here.
Worthless piece of lint. Are you firing me?
Mr. Cooney?
I won't have to. If the listeners react to this the way I think they will, then you're all done, and nothing can save you. Nothing!
Mr. Cooney!
What?
Mojo said I should give this to you right away. It's from the switchboard.
Wait a minute. That's impossible.
What is it?
It can't be.
They got 169 calls in the last 5 minutes about Beyond the Pale.
And?
They loved it. They actually loved it.
See, listen to this. I've been waiting for an episode like this. Finally, you've got my attention. What a terrific cliffhanger. Can't wait to hear what you dream up next.
You all deserve a heap of congratulations from the writers down to the mailroom gopher. That was my mom.
We did it. We actually did it.
Well, well, well. Do you smell that? That's the sweet smell of vindication, my friend. Feels like a public mandate. We can write whatever we want now. Hey, Rich, wasn't there a storyline we put on the back burner? One about one of the Dag Seals being a war criminal?
No, no, no. It's not a mandate, and it's not a vote of confidence either. It's pure madness. And as far as I'm concerned, this madness must end now.
Hey, check me out on the head. Come on, bang, bang, bang.
Cooper, take that ridiculous thing off.
What'd I miss?
We're ahead.
Who says?
Well, I'll be a son of a gun. They said it couldn't be done. They said we lost our touch. Actually, you said that. Big man.
What's your point, Mr. Comedy?
He'd like to know if you'd like to revise your bullshit proclamation about us being finished.
This changes nothing.
Come again?
I want you gone. All of you. You're through. Not even 169 people off their nut can change that.
Oh, there's more than that. Mojo said they're still fielding positive calls.
Don't you have someplace to be?
Come on, JP. I know you and I have never seen eye to eye from a creative standpoint, but even you're not crazy enough to turn your back on a hit.
Aren't I?
You can't possibly justify this with the sponsor.
Can't I?
Stop answering the questions!
I don't care how many new listeners you have listening to your program. With the new change in format, all I'm going to do is hire one newsman or a single DJ to take your time slot, and we're going to show a profit. From a business point of view, it doesn't make sense to have a show on the air that's losing money.
Wait a minute. So you're going to cancel the show, regardless of what happens the next week? That means you already made up your mind.
This is par for the
Of course, kid. No, it's unfair, that's what it is.
Steady, kid.
I didn't expect you to understand.
What? I'm too dumb to understand?
I didn't say that.
The way I see it, you made these talented people jump through hoops to save their program when you'd already decided their fate. Am I missing anything? Why? Why give them the false hope that they could change their fortunes?
Don't take it personal, kid.
I'm not a kid!
Let's stop him before it's something on the breath.
What's done is done. It's just business. That's all.
You're a lousy stinking dresser, Mr. Cooney!
Lousy dresser?
Best I could come up with off the top of my head.
It has a certain understated stupidity to it.
Know that it was appreciated. Really gave it to him, huh, Jim? Kid's got moxie.
Yeah. You know, in all the years I've been here, I don't remember anyone ever going after the old coot quite like that.
He was upset.
Not even me.
He was upset. All of us were. I'm sure if Ned hadn't said something, one of us would have.
Yeah, except we'd be out on our keisters. How do you explain it? Something's not right. How do you explain that, kid?
Yeah, I've been trying to insult JP for years.
What's your secret?
Maybe he feels like he owes me.
What could a station manager possibly owe a young writer?
Did you see his life in the war?
No. Because he's my father.
Your father? I thought your last name was Campbell.
That's right. It's my mom's name. She was the third Mrs. J.P. Cooney.
If at first you don't succeed.
Well, this explains a lot. Like how you got the gig in the first place.
Now wait a minute. I got this job all on my own merits.
Oh, well, then you're a fool, kid. This has Daddy's fingerprints all over it.
But I didn't ask for any special treatment.
Oh, Ned. You had to know JP has final say on any new hire. Of course he was going to pick you.
To think that he replaced Hank Munson with the unproven likes of you, his own son.
I don't think he was trying to do
Oh,
that.
just drop the wide-eyed aw shucks bit, kid. You know what? You were probably a plant right from the start. Oh, I should have seen it coming. We all should have.
Now wait a minute. What do you mean a plan?
Who knows what he's been telling JP? Did you tip him off about the plot lines, huh? Did you do that, kid? Don't lie to us. Be straight with us. I'll flatten your nose. You lie to us.
JP already caught not knowing the plot lines. Remember, Jim?
We barely talked.
Sure, a couple of dinners with dear old dad, huh?
How was your day, son?
Great, Dan. We talked about that Stephen Greenhead poem killing off a major character.
We don't have dinner together. I rarely see him, I swear.
Save it for someone who cares.
Coming unhinged.
Oh, am I? Really? Reggie, help me out here.
It is diabolical, if it's true.
It's not like that.
Then why didn't you say anything? You've been here for 3 weeks.
Because he's a liar, just like his father.
I didn't lie. I just didn't mention it.
The sin of omission is still a sin.
Thank you, Reverend Jim. Look, I want to make a name for myself here, on my own, without any input or help from my father. And then when I saw how much you all disliked him, it just never seemed like a good time to broach the topic. Is that so difficult to comprehend?
What are we?
Unbelievable!
Can't believe this is how it ends.
What are we gonna
But
do?
what does it matter now? We're screwed because of him.
Why do you dislike me so much? All I've done since I've got here was try to impress you.
Since you got here, you haven't contributed a single idea.
Yes, I have. You just won't consider any of them.
That's because you're not a real writer. You're a fake, a hack. And since this is the writer's room, why don't you just get the hell out?
Jim.
I wanted to learn something.
You've learned nothing!
Oh, yes, I have. You may not think so, but I listened, and I remember.
You remember me telling you to get out?
I remember everything. I remember you sitting right there and telling me that you were concerned about being replaced.
You're crazy.
And how you admitted that television is taking over.
I never said that.
You know, I meant it when I said I was thrilled to be working with all of you. You're my heroes. Were my heroes. I guess that's a famous storyline too, huh? Fallen hero. Because it turns out, there's nothing special about you, Jim.
What?
Aren't you a little hard on him?
You can't trust him, is he?
Maybe, but still, he's just a kid.
He's old enough to know better.
You heard him, Izzy. He's in the enemy's camp.
Not intentionally. You can't pick your family.
She's right there. Just come to my house at Thanksgiving.
I told you this was going to be a problem.
We had just stuck to what we were doing. We'd none of this would have mattered.
Look, Addie, if I live to be 100,
You had to push, didn't you?
look, I did what I had to do to try and save this show.
This was my show. My show. They brought you in to help. Well, somehow, now it's dead, just like Angie D'Agostino, and you pulled the trigger. You're more to blame than Ned Campbell.
You taking his side? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying maybe you should leave too.
Is that the general consensus?
Of all the scenarios I saw playing out, getting handed our hats wasn't one of them. Jesus.
I wonder if Jack Benny is hiring.
We're not going anywhere. None of us is.
It's hard to ignore.
I know, but we just need to get back to work. Get back to normal.
And another thing!
He's gone, Ned.
Damn it! Bartender said that's what you were drinking.
So that's not the diet of a man with a hit on his hands.
Listen to the show.
Old habits. Killing off a major character on the air. Bold move. That has Reggie's stamp all over it. He is fearless.
Yep. Fat lot of good it'll do us too.
You didn't think Cooney would throw you a parade, did you, Jim? You're smarter than that. The only thing that matters to J.P. Cooney is the bottom line.
I know, but how can he justify canning a
He's
show?
a jellyfish. He'll do whatever it takes to make sure the numbers add up. You had to know this day would come eventually, Jim.
Yeah, I guess. Just, I think it would come so soon. Hank, what was Hollywood like?
Same as New York, only sunnier. And for every writer, there were 10 J.P. Cooneys with a cigar in one hand and a financial ledger in the other. But I met Rita Hayward.
So why'd you come back? Bert said you, flamed out.
Flaming out suggests igniting something to begin with. Now, what happened to me is what happens to all writers. Eventually, you just run out of fresh ideas. I came back to radio because it was safe and pays well. But still, no new ideas. And that's something a guy like JP just can't handle.
So he replaces you with that snake in the grass, Ned Campbell.
Well, we could pay him a lot less.
I hate it.
Which one?
Both.
You've only known Ned a few weeks. How could you possibly grow to hate someone that quickly?
Why wait? Avoid the Christmas rush. You always end up hating everyone anyway.
You've cornered the market on discontentment, Jim. Cheers.
Hank, we found out that Ned is JP's son.
Yeah, that was a shocker.
Whoa, wait, you knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I didn't think it mattered.
Well, of course it matters now. It's like having a younger JP on staff. And the kid never said a word about it either. Tree, apple.
Nonsense. They're nothing alike.
Well, I can't stand the sight of them.
Perhaps. Perhaps when you look at him, you see too much of yourself.
You dislike him that much.
Come on, you must see it. Or have you completely forgotten?
Forgotten what?
What was that idea you brought me? Eleanor's sidewalk. A homeless woman interacts with ordinary people on the street, warning them of dread from the cemetery nearby. Top brass were apoplectic when I said I wanted to do that one, especially JP. But it worked.
It worked because you turned it into a smash.
I just gave you the canvas, son. You provided the brushstrokes.
You gave me a chance when no one else would, Hank.
Because I knew then
Knew what?
that you were my replacement.
Oh, come on. I could never be
It's
a replacement.
inevitable. Fight it though we might. Each of us has someone in the wings waiting to take our place. Just don't know who or when.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just one of us, so the whole team's getting sacked.
Sent to the writer's graveyard, huh? A final resting place for all who put pen to paper.
When did things change, huh?
Probably around the time you started thinking art trumps commerce. You write to please your muse, but what you write is still a product, bought and sold just like anything else. That's a difficult concept to grasp, I know, but vital to understand.
So you agree with JP then?
I didn't say I agree, but I understand. How are the others dealing with all this?
It's not like it used to be. I mean, the enthusiasm, the energy, the passion.
The camaraderie, that always showed on the written page.
Now, instead of reaching a common goal, it's like we're always at each other's throats. Always at odds about where to go next, where to take the story. Especially Addie.
Oh, what did you expect? That show is her baby. When they named you head writer, it was like social services swooped in and took her child away.
They kicked me out of the writers' room, Hank.
JP may be an ass, but he's no dummy. He put you all together because he knew you'd eventually implode.
Why?
Too many stars, not enough role players.
What?
That's way too much talent for one show. It's hard enough to keep the egos out of the writer's room under the best of circumstances, believe me. Someone's ideas are always going to get left on the carpet.
Yeah, but he could have weeded us out one at a time if he wanted to. Why this long, drawn-out mess?
Divide and conquer, huh? You put everything in place and watched you fall apart on your own. So he emerges as the good guy. Cowardly, but effective.
But he's not that good guy.
Does it matter? You see, you had a great team there, Jim, and you blew it. You got so wrapped up with what he was doing, you forgot to trust them.
Yeah, but we turned it around. We righted the ship. I mean, even you said so. We've got a hit.
And you're still being canceled. You're trying to make sense out of complete and utter nonsense, Jim. You can't hold water in your hands for long. Question is, what are you going to do about it?
You know, it just occurred to me, if he's finally gone blind and Flint can't be a fireman anymore, he couldn't see the fires. Of course, he could always smell them. That's ridiculous. We need to find him a new career. He certainly can't be a night watchman.
It can't be fixed.
Give me a chance, I'm the only one trying here. Unless you've hatched something over there. It's like I'm talking to myself. He's really your father, huh? Maybe the French Foreign Legion could take him. Mickey, I mean, not your father. Although.
How am I supposed to type anything when the letter L doesn't work? Can you tell me that?
About time a writer showed up.
You're a writer, Bert.
A comedy writer. I write jokes. I don't know anything about those other things. What do you call them? Plot and dialogue, woo. Why they ever signed me to a soap opera, I'll never know. you have to ask?
He'll be back.
How can you be so sure? He was pretty steamed yesterday.
He hates to lose. And if JP is serious about following through on his threat to cancel us, then we have one script left to write. Jim would sooner have them unplug us mid-show than walk away. He'll be back.
Well, you say so.
You know, I've never had to wrap up a show before. Ever. I don't know anything about finishing.
You can say that again.
It's all about going out on a high note. I thought about this all night, and, well, if this is to be the end, we need to go out, we need to do something no one's ever done before. But what exactly? Any ideas, Bert?
Yeah, I'm just not sure how you show nudity on the radio.
Hey.
We need to knock it off.
I'm sorry. When I get anxious, I make inappropriate jokes. It's one of my endearing qualities.
Says you.
Relax, Bert. Whatever ultimately happens, happens. If they cancel us, they cancel us. It wouldn't be the first time. It won't be the last. What burns me up is no matter how good this last show is, that pompous ass is going to toss us aside anyway.
Can I just mention how ridiculous that is? The Yankees wouldn't dump Whitey Ford after no hitter, am I right?
It galls me how that pea brain gets to decide our fates. Sorry, kid, but it's criminal.
Maybe he killed Angie. We should put him on trial.
Bert.
He's right.
I am? I've never been right before.
Don't get used to it. Broken clock.
Look, my father, JP, may not have killed Angie, but we can convict him in the court of public opinion.
What are you driving at, Ned?
We put Green Hat on trial for the death of Angie D'Agostino.
But Roberto shot her, the bastard.
Roberta turns on Green Hat. Rats her out, see? She ordered the hit after all. That detective, what's his name, Fitzgerald? He would eat it up. It's like he said in yesterday's show. If you want to kill the beast, you gotta chop off its head. Plus, we have Jerry Marley's testimony.
We haven't seen him since the fire, and he let poor Angie die, the bastard.
Remind me, never get on your bad side.
We bring Jerry back. We say he was laying low, drowning himself in a whiskey glass somewhere, or lost another rabbit or in hard ups. Something. We can fudge that bit. But the rest we can play to our advantage. I've got an outline here and everything. I'm working on the
Oh,
details.
slow down there, kid. Let me process all that.
Look, Addie, Miss Parsons, I know not everyone may trust me much right now. I need to fix that. The best way I know how is to come up with a Bafo story with a real Lulu of an ending.
Where's Reggie?
Think about it. Charging Green Hat with murder will be like indicting the head honcho for all the shit he's pulled on us. And we use the trial as a metaphor for the death of great radio everywhere. It's perfect.
Ah, Jesus, close your mouth, I'm not Lazarus.
What are you doing here, Jim? I thought I made myself clear yesterday.
You did. You all did. But if Hank Munson taught me anything, it's you don't turn your back on your work. Or your friends. We were a team. It's about time we started acting like one again. It's the only way we're gonna beat the J.P. Coonies of the world. All sins forgiven?
You broke my typewriter, you dope.
Hooray for us. Look, Jim, we're in a real pickle here. Just how do we dig ourselves out of this jar?
Same way we always have. Take the best idea from the group and run with it.
And that would be
Ned's idea.
the trial?
You mean it?
As long as the judge isn't operating a death ray.
He did say it was perfect.
It's almost perfect. It's missing something.
Please tell me they find Green Hat guilty. I don't think I'll be able to live with myself if Angie's killer gets away with it.
I agree.
No. Green Hat walks. This way we still have a villain for the next episode. In case they don't silence us.
Still holding out hope, huh?
Can't help it. This courtroom drama is really Reggie's bailiwick. Where is he? It's not like him to be this late. Izzy, can you give him a ring? Thanks.
You know, if we're going off the air, wouldn't it be something if we didn't resolve the trial at all?
What do you mean, no verdict?
That's right. We go through the proceedings, some impassioned closing arguments, blah, blah, blah. We build and build the suspense, and then the jury foreman reads from a slip of paper. We, the people, in the case of the state of New York versus Green Hat, find the defendants, and then we cue the music. Lights out.
probably hate it anyway. I still get hate mail about that Life at the Intersection episode. You know, the one where the grandmother died of tomato soup poisoning? All the tomato soup fans were up in arms.
I guess there's just no pleasing everyone, huh?
People will like it. I'm sure of it.
It's been my experience that people have a funny way of deciding what they like and what they don't like.
That's it. Addie, you're a genius.
I'm a genius. Where's Izzy? I need this recorded officially. Jim Cathcart says I'm a genius. How exactly is that?
We let the people decide.
Oh boy.
No, hear me out. Listen. We go through the trial, right? Blah, 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 right? We get to the end, and we open up the phone lines. People can call in and vote, guilty or not guilty. I mean, whatever the majority is, that's the ending we go with.
Who ever heard of people voting on the outcome of a show? That's crazy talk.
We have to have written 2 endings in advance just in case. That's a lot of work in a short amount of time.
Well, then we best get at it.
I don't know, Jim. Are you sure about this?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? No pressure. Have you no sense, man? We're being led to the lion's den, and our adoring public gets to place seat thumbs up or down on us, essentially.
Trying to bring jolly calm guardian for
What if no one calls, huh? Then it's case closed. Hemlock, anyone?
They'll call. If we're any good, they'll call. And if not, then maybe we don't deserve another chance.
I'm just saying it's risky, that's all.
It's revolutionary, that's what it is. It'll engage our audience, make them feel part of the action. It could change entertainment as we know it.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't even know if JP will let us open the phone lines.
He will. I'll see to that. Right. Why should we believe anything you say? I get it. Like father, like son. I know what he's like. I lived with it every day growing up. And I swore I would never be like that. Like him. That's why I moved away. Changed my name. This is too good of an opportunity to work with all of you. So think how hard it was for me to come work here, knowing how my father is.
Ned.
I can do this for all of us. Trust me.
We do, kid.
You know, even if he is successful, and that is one giant if, this isn't going to be easy. What are you grinning at?
I haven't been this excited about a script in ages. I tell you, I wish we could get Raymond Burr to voice the DA. Man, he was great on that show, Pat Novak for Hire.
No one would ever believe him as an attorney.
Great timing, Izzy. We've had a burst of inspiration here. What was your fast fingers to... Izzy, what's wrong?
It's Reggie. He's gone.
What do you mean gone?
Did Green Hat rub him out too?
He quit.
Dad, it's important.
More important than what I'm doing.
Dad, I think we have a problem. They've lost their minds.
And you're talking to me? I was sure by now you would have sided with that malcontent Jim Cathcart.
He's not coming up here, is he?
Cathcart deigned to bless my presence? Not a chance.
Phew! Thank goodness. He'd kill me if he knew I was asking you for a favor.
I don't do favors. It makes for bad business.
It's just as well, I guess. Even you can't control this.
I beg your pardon? I've been in control of this situation since the get-go.
I mean, I know it's the last show and I'm out of ideas, but how am I going to find another writing job after this?
Well, I heard the city's looking for street sweepers. Just a thought.
You're not the least bit worried?
Worried about your pitiful band of friends? Hardly.
Please, you don't know how bad it really is. Adelaide is Mickey Flynn ordering a mail order bride to replace Angie, and she wants to throw Jerry Marley under the bus. Literally.
Sounds positively lousy.
Laugh all you want. It's a madhouse in there. Bert is floating ideas like falling pianos and Fuller Brush hitmen. The vacuum was as double as machine guns. He's crossing Bogart films with Bugs Bunny cartoons and a freakish stew of gangster comedy.
Sounds positively nefarious. You do know that you'd never be able to squeeze all that great material into what amounts to a 20-minute episode. So don't you fret, son.
That's not the worst of it.
There's more. Cathcart, what has he done now?
Nothing yet, but he's toying with a few ideas. First, he wants to say that Mickey's losing sight because he looked at religious text.
Religious?
And he's thinking of drowning Mrs. D'Agostino in a wash tub full of dismal, dainty soap powder.
Wait a minute. That's our sponsor's main product. Mildred, get in here! You've got to stop him now. Not even Jim Cathcart can be that crazy.
He's so sure he's got a hit. He wants people to call in during the last commercial break to help decide on the ending.
What ending?
Green hat?
She either gets the chair, or...
Out with it!
Or she repents, becomes a nun, and goes to care for the lepers on Molokai.
I'm gonna kill him!
Oh, that won't stop him.
You see why I need your help? Call the switchboard, I beg you. Pull the plug in the phone lines for tomorrow's show. Otherwise, you'll be swamped by the public outrage over the desecration of all that is sacred to soap opera followers. And then we're both sunk.
JP, did you need something? I'll load up the switchboard operator.
Wait a minute. Wait a cotton-picking minute. I got you. I've outsmarted you yet again, Jim Cathcart. Mildred, listen to this. You can fool all the people none of the time, and none of the people all of... Wait a minute. It doesn't go like that. You can fool some of the people some of the time, and none of the people... Mildred, who's the fool?
Show by yourself, Mickey.
Are you crazy? I can't do that.
You have to, otherwise we're talking dead air. We can't let that be the epitaph of Beyond the Pale.
Well, then you better find some stand-ins, but quick!
Where are we going to find replacement actors in 5 minutes?
I don't know anywhere. And grab any warm body you can find. Izzy knows the show backwards and forward. Plus, she'll have the scripts. Oh.
What's all the hubbub?
Well, we have no cast.
What? They're on the 13th floor.
There is no 13th floor.
I know there's no 13th floor. I was being metaphorical. I'll bet your father had something to do with this. If not on purpose, he forgot to paint the maintenance bill or something.
What about him?
No.
What's the matter with you, Hickey?
I can't do all the roles. Who do you think I am, Alec Guinness?
Who's Alec Guinness?
I'm a supporting character guy. I'm not built to carry a show.
Don't look at it that way. Think of this as your time to shine.
Kid, if I'm gonna shine, I'm gonna need a little help.
Oh, this is just perfect!
If we didn't have bad luck, we'd have no luck at all.
Skull.
How'd you make out with your old man?
You got nothing to worry about. He'll keep the phone lines open.
You sure?
It's simple. I begged him not to. If I know my father, he'll do the opposite.
So you
Thank
lied. So you lied.
Through my teeth. Well, that's a thing of beauty.
Where's the fire? I just didn't need it. We're short actors.
I disagree. I'm not short.
How many were short?
All of them at this rate.
Count me out.
What? But we need you.
Look, Jim, I was going to tell you later, but I don't work here anymore.
What?
I just handed in my resignation. Like, this soap opera jazz isn't for me. I'm going to write jokes for Jack Benny or someone on television. Sorry, Jim.
I'm happy for you, Bert.
All right, well, look, before the horn blows at midnight, you're going to help us out with this.
That's a big mistake.
Bert!
You don't understand. I have a nervous stomach. You put me on airline, you're going to see all the contents from this morning's omelet from the Wonder Diner.
It's ridiculous.
The cook calls it the trash compactor. It's got everything in it.
Fine. And just be the announcer. You can do that much.
Okay.
Shit, the scripts!
Look, we can do this, all right? We've already put the work in the script, right? It's all right there on the page. All we have to do is read it.
My dear boy, acting is a lot more than just reading.
God, it's hot as hell in here. Jerome man turn off the air conditioning too? Cheap bastard.
See if we can rustle up the fan for us. Everybody take a deep breath. Here we go.
Disma Dainties Laundry Detergent presents Beyond the Pay Up. What happened to the goddamn L's?
Tim wrecked my typewriter and the L key don't work no more. Bait him.
It's a good thing none of the characters are hillbillies, because I don't know the fuck I would say that.
Where's the commercial? Where's the commercial? Does anybody know it? Izzy, you listen all the time.
Ladies, tell me if you've heard this one before. Your husband's pen has got the squirts and the ink's all down his shirt. It's running from the collar to the pocket. Now what's a wife to say? That stain won't go away. And she can't stick her husband's finger in a socket. Use dismal dainties for dirt that's run amok. Use dismal dainties when you just don't give a hey. When you put you to the test, dismal dainties is the best. Double D's this soap that's sure to bring you luck. Daily chores can drive a person mad. Little Timmy skinned his knee, and the blood is running free all over his brand new corduroys. Now what's a mom to do, short of killing Timmy too? But in the end, boys will still be boys. Use dismal dainties, the soap that gets out blood. Use dismal dainties, the powers in the suds. When you want to run away from the crimes of each new day, remember dismal dainties #1.
Last time. On Beyond the Pale, Detective Fitzgerald nabbed Roberto Vizzini, the hood who extinguished the light from Angie D'Agostino's eyes. But much to the Dick's delight, this greaseball promised to blow the whistle on the true mastermind of the local underworld, a woman known only as Green Hat, thus setting up the trial of the century. Or at the very least, the trial of the week.
All rise.
A hush falls over the crowd. I said a hush falls over the crowd as Judge Aldrich takes his seat and addresses the court.
Dearly beloved.
Apparently Judge Aldrich is confused, thinking he's at this afternoon's Applegate Lowenstein wedding.
Is the prosecution ready to call its next witness?
We are, Your Honor. The state calls stand.
Isn't that the blind boy?
Yeah, how can he possibly testify?
Order!
Apparently Judge Aldridge's gavel isn't working.
Done.
Meanwhile, the bailiff guides the sightless Mickey into the court and swears at him. Swears him in.
You may proceed, Counselor.
Thank you. Now then, Mr. Flynn, where were you on the night of January 11th?
Marley's Bar and Grill.
And who else was there?
I object, Hickey.
I mean, Your Honor, how can he testify? He's blind.
Your Honor, clearly Mr. Flynn is being called as an ear witness.
What the hell is that?
Obviously, as Mr. Flynn cannot see, his other senses would be heightened. It is in this regard that his testimony will be relevant.
Objection overruled.
Would it smell my client in the bar that night?
As a matter of fact, I did. Green Hat has the unique smell of lavender and fried chicken.
Bailiff, can you confirm the ear witnesses claim as to the defendant's odor?
Aye. He smells like fried chicken.
Well, that is surprising.
Not as surprising as this, Your Honor. I'm not blind.
An audible gasp arises from the assembled audience.
I object.
Yeah, so do I. That was an awful gasp. On what grounds?
On the grounds that that's not fair. How do we know he can see?
Am I ever going to get to question my witness?
Hold on, Junior. How many, thank you. How many fingers do I have?
12.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Now then, Mr. Flynn, in his opening remarks, my esteemed colleague suggested that Roberto Fazzini acted on his own in the death of Angie D'Agostino. Did you see, hear, or otherwise smell Angie D'Agostino get shot on the night in question?
I did. But Angie wasn't shot by Roberto Fazzini.
She wasn't? Did you see who did shoot her?
Yes.
And is that person in the courtroom today, Mr. Flynn?
Aye. She's sitting right over there. The old one.
What the hell is going on here?
And now a word from our sponsors.
Will somebody answer me? What in the Sam hell do you think you're doing?
The real cast is stuck on the elevator and there was no one else to perform the show except us, so we went on.
Hi, Mr. Cooney.
All lost your minds.
We had an accident, so we're making things up as we go. It's not bad, huh?
It's a disaster.
It's the first time that I agree with you.
Oh, now you all see how difficult it is to ad lib. I've been making things up sicko my whole life.
Don't worry, we'll get it turned around. Just remember, guys, what we're trying to do with this episode. The rest will fall into place.
Why then? Does he feel
Someone stop her. We have to end this now.
And do what? Replace us with dead air? How's that gonna look happening on your watch? Even you're not that stupid. You have to let us finish. You have no choice.
We're coming out of commercial any second now. What's it gonna be, Dad?
Damn it.
And now back to Beyond the Pale. Mickey Flynn has just ID'd Green Hat as the true killer of Angie D'Agostino.
I thought he quit.
Meanwhile, prosecuting attorney Zip Wheeler addresses the court.
Let the record show that Mickey Flynn has fingered Green Hat as Angie's killer.
The fingering of Green Hat has been so no.
Stop saying fingering!
With that, Your Honor, prosecution rests.
Does? I thought the chicken was gonna testify. Didn't someone say this was a case of foul play?
Defense attorney Holden McGroin takes a moment to discuss strategy with Green Hats.
Look, that Mickey Flynn really blindsided us, so to speak. We need a home run. Now, we can put you on the stand, you can deny everything, that'd be good for you. Or you could fold on a cross-examination
talking about? Let me out of here.
Your Honor, the defense calls Green Hat to the stand.
Ah, good, the chicken will testify after all.
Cool as a cucumber, Green Hat strides to the front of the courtroom, staring down the audience, the jurors, and Judge Aldrich himself. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Of course I do.
Ha!
Now then, Miss Green Hat, or is it Mrs. Green Hat?
What are you talking about? I ain't no broad.
Very well, Miss Green Hat. Where were you on the night of January 11th?
Let me out of here.
Isn't it true, Green Hat, you were nowhere near Marty's Bar and Grill, were in fact at the gun club instead?
The what?
Plain and simple, did you shoot Angie D'Agostino?
No.
I have no more questions for this lady. Your witness.
As Zip Wheeler rises in front of Green Hat, he realizes his whole life has been building up to this one moment. A moment he's been preparing and waiting for with great relish. And some mustard. The chance to stare down the most evil and vile criminal Washington Heights has ever known. And to get the answers everyone has been looking for these many months. One moment in time. A seminal moment. A tipping point. Mono a Womago.
Green Hat, you've heard the testimony here today, correct? There's no use being a hostile witness.
You have no idea how hostile I can be when pushed.
You're on trial for your life here, Green Hat, in front of a live audience. That is a jury of your peers. Do you understand what you're being accused of?
Of course I do.
The murder of Angie D'Agostino, the sweetest girl who ever lived.
I didn't do anything like that.
How does it feel that one of your own has accused you of this crime?
I don't take it personally.
Really?
Family can be funny that way. They forget.
Forget what?
That blood is thicker than water.
You have a vested interest in Marley's Bar and Grill, isn't that right?
It's one of the many businesses in the community that I've supported at some level over the years. Yes.
And when one of those businesses begins to struggle?
Well, you give it a chance to turn itself around.
I see.
Before deciding whether to pull the plug or not. You can't let it bleed forever. It is, after all, a business, not family.
And in pulling the plug, as you call it, do you ever see fit to manipulate things behind the scenes to bring about a quicker resolution to that failure?
Without hesitation.
Would it be fair to say that was the case with Marley's Bar and Grill?
No, they owed me.
You mean Jerry Marley?
I guess so, yes.
Owed you what?
I allowed him to stay in business longer than he rightfully should have.
So you were a silent partner? Let's go back to your accuser, Roberto Pizzini.
That stool pigeon.
But in truth, someone you thought would be your good right arm, isn't that so?
That was my mistake. I never should have trusted him.
Did you pull strings to get him hired?
Sounds like another conspiracy theory.
I'd ask the witness to please answer the question.
It's my company. I'll hire whom I please.
Knew it.
Look, I got him a great job. What's bad about that?
Why did you send Roberto Pizzini to Marley's on the night of January 11th?
To collect on a debt, nothing more.
On the contrary, wasn't your intent that Pizzini killed Jerry if he didn't cough up the money? And when you suspected Roberto wouldn't go through with it, you followed him there and finished the job yourself?
That's a lie.
Well, Roberto testified as much. Is it disappointing to see someone close to you betrayed in such a fashion?
Very.
There's just one thing I couldn't figure though. Even though Marley's Bar and Grill was still a popular establishment, it was struggling. So why would someone in your position need to sabotage it from succeeding?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. By rights, you could have shuttered the doors. And then it hit me. It's not your call.
I beg your pardon?
You have a boss too.
Everyone answers to someone. Like a father.
But your boss is on the real power, isn't that right, Green Hat?
Is that what you believe?
Money talks. My father taught me that. So in order for you to get your way, you had to rig things in your favor, didn't you? And innocent people were made to suffer?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, moving the show's time slots, that poem you dropped on us from left Field, firing Hank Munson?
That was just a business decision. Jim Cathcart is filling your head with all sorts of nonsense.
Now, wait a minute. Are we still talking about the death of Andy D'Agostino? Who is this Jim Cathcart fellow?
Then why let me work for you? You could have assigned me to a different show, especially if you thought I was any good. Unless you didn't think I was talented at all, did you?
This is clearly getting off the subject. You're my attorney. Shouldn't you be objecting or something?
I got nothing.
It all makes sense now. If I was terrible, I'd drag the others down, distract them. You've been angling to cancel Beyond the Pale for some time, and I was just one more contingency plan for you to get your way.
You're reaching, Buster.
Am I?
This is ridiculous. I'm shutting this down and leaving.
Oh, order! Well, what is the matter with this thing? The witness will stay put. I'll tell you when you can be excused. So speaking of which, I think we need a sidecar, a continuance. Yeah.
What? You mean a recess?
Yeah, a recess. This judge's got to go to the crapper.
Hold it! One last question. Do you admit you were going to cancel Beyond the Pale, regardless of what the writers, the audience, or even the sponsor himself thought? Don't forget, you're still under oath, Dad.
You goddamn right I was!
No further questions, Your Honor. Hickey? Bert, take us to commercial. Bert!
And with that, the trial has come to a close. But wait! There's more to come. You, our listening audience at home, get to decide Green Hat's fate. Call Shelburne 51138 in the next 90 seconds and cast your vote. Is she innocent? Or is she guilty as sin? We'll have your verdict on the other side of these words from our sponsors. Holy crap, that was one giant ball of crazy and amazing.
Best laid plans, huh? You got brass ones in.
Not exactly how I thought things would play out, but it'll do.
It may have been a train wreck, but it was compelling nonetheless. And Ned, you were terrific.
Oh, riveting. You gotta say, I couldn't stop listening to the two of you.
Let's hope the audience thought so too. Good thing up those phone lines open, JP.
You told me not to. Wait a minute, you tricked me.
At least I learned something from you.
You don't have the balls to pull off a scheme like this. Cathcart!
What do you mean? You see, Dad, you didn't believe in us. In me. But now everyone will know the real JP Coon.
You don't get it. For God's sakes, kid, this isn't one of your fairy tales. This is the world for grown-ups.
And that's exactly what will decide our fate. Those same grown-up listeners.
You don't get it. Not even the hand of God can save this show now. It's over and done. And so are all of you.
Yeah, we know that. But if we're going out, we wanted to hear from the diehards, not the blowhard.
If Green Hat is found innocent, well then we know where we stand. But a guilty vote is a vote for us. At least we think so. We're willing to abide by the verdict. How about you, JP? What's the matter? Chicken?
How many calls can you possibly get in 90 seconds? That's not a fair sampling.
More than would have us say in a real trial.
You hope.
I liked it, especially the part where the judge had to go to the crime fight. Thrown in the midst of a crime fight and actually listen every day.
Get the hell out of here.
Rich is almost done.
What's taking so long?
Hurry, Mildred.
Aw, you ran out of time. What a pity. Another failed experiment. Close up this insanity now.
And now, the conclusion of Beyond the Pale.
Oh, for Christ's sake, do we have a verdict, don't we? Nothing?
Oh, looks like the public has spoken after all.
You're right, sir. They have.
No, wait a minute. Who are you and what are you doing in my courtroom?
I'm the foreman. The foreman, Your Honor. No, the forewoman.
For a woman, I only see one.
Do we have a final tally or not?
Well, we're waiting.
It's a tie.
Oh, what do you know? I'm jury.
Tie goes to the base runner.
And that would be me.
Not so fast!
Order! Order! I'm the judge and I can demand order. Now who the hell are you?
It's me, Angie D'Agostino. Here to cast the deciding vote. Guilty!
Wait a minute. You can't come back from the dead. That's ridiculous.
So shoot me. Oh wait, you already did that.
Oh, order.
Your Honor, I think you know what you need to do.
Will the defendant please rise? For the crime of well, whatever it is you're accused of, including overacting, this court finds you guilty as charged.
Ah, that warms the cockles of my heart.
It's true, as couples do need warming.
I can't believe it. Mildred, come on. What's going on here?
Let up. You have been sentenced to life announcing the local weather. Court's adjourned.
But that's all, folks. Thanks for listening all these years to Beyond the Pale. Tune in tomorrow when...
Reggie, what are you doing here?
I was in the taxi. I heard the show. I just had to come. It was a spectacular, successful disaster. But a grand finale of top and all.
Grand isn't the word I use.
Comedy theirs is more like it. But you made your point, kid.
Mr. Cooney,
Hang on. And what point is that?
he took an over-the-hill soap opera and turned it into real life.
If I want to hear about real life, I'll just pick up a newspaper.
It may have been unconventional, but Ned hit on something different. JP.
If people want to hear about reality, they'll watch it on TV or listen to the newspapers. All you've done is made fools of yourselves on live radio. You'd be lucky to get jobs in the mailroom.
At least we didn't admit to not caring what the public and the sponsor think on live radio.
JP.
What?
You have a phone call.
Not now.
It's Mr. Driscoll, the sponsor. You know, Stanley.
Ooh. Picking up my last paycheck. What about you?
Pitching a show idea to the new station manager.
Thought you got fired too, though.
I was, but...
Your name's not as toxic as mine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do next, Jim?
Actually, I'm gonna write a screenplay with Hank Munson.
A screenplay?
I know. Radio Missionary has his bags packed for Hollywood. Yeah, you should come with us. I think I got room in that big suitcase.
No thanks. I'm a New York City girl.
Hey, did you hear about Bert and Izzy?
Wedding bells. I know. How romantic.
And she followed him over to CBS TV, too. He's making them laugh.
As it should be. They're probably having a laugh over lunch with Reggie. You heard he's working for Arlo Mystery?
Yeah. Oof, boy. Can you believe out of everybody, the kid's the only one who survived the carnage?
Not just him. Listen.
I think we need a diversion, Mr. Campbell.
Is that?
Ziggy Sacks.
In the Lone Ranger, comic number 30, our hero scares off a tribe of Indians by setting off fireworks.
Oh my God, what are they calling it now? Even a chicken needs a friend?
Death Ray Tales.
Oh.
Well, good luck, Jim.
You too.